Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video you'll see how you can use your kill teams in 40k with the new free rules. I've got to say I got a bit excited when I saw this article at first because I thought they were giving away the free rules for the kill teams that came in the Into the Dark box set and also for the Elucidian Starstriders and the Gellerpox Infected. But they're not kill team rules, they're Warhammer 40,000 rules. So if you bought these models and you want to play them in 40k, now you've got the official rules to be able to do so. I've got to say, I do think it's weird that if you bought these Gellerpox Infected, you have to buy the annual if you want to get hold of the rules. But they are giving away rules for 40k for free, and that's not exactly what the models were designed to be played in. So it would have been great if they gave away the kill team rules, I guess, but we shouldn't complain too much because now at least we can play them in bigger versions of games and include them in our bigger armies. So in the video, I'll go through the article, give you an overview of what to expect, and hopefully that'll help you with your 40k army planning, and maybe you'll want to pick up some new models based on these new rules. And if you do, please check out my sponsor, Firestorm Games. A big thank you to them for sponsoring the channel. You can save up to 20% on all your hobby products there, including the kill team sets that we'll be talking about in this video. And if you order before the end of September, you can save an additional 5% with the code they've given me to share with you. It's all down in the description down below. Be awesome if you check them out. Support Firestorm Games, and you're also supporting the channel as I'll get a small commission from every sale made. Right, so in the article on the Warhammer community site today, there's 5 links, and for each link will take you to a downloadable set of rules for Warhammer 40,000. You're going to be able to get the rules for the Kroot Stalkers, the Imperial Navy Breachers, the Blooded, the Elucidian Starstriders, and the Gellerpox Infected. The Stalker kin bands are going to be a great addition to a Tau army. They're going to be an elite choice, and there's going to be 10 Kroot altogether in the unit. You can have 1 Kroot Killbroker and 9 Kroot Farstalkers. So the Kroot Hounds won't be included in this, but you can certainly use them as regular Kroot Hounds. That's not going to be a problem at all. But that said, you will need more than 2. You're going to need like 4 for that unit. The Kroot Farstalkers have got a nice selection of weapons available to them, so you can feature some of the ones from the kill team set in there now nicely, so you could play it as what you see is what you get on some of the models. They've also got the War Gear, which is the Pekra, and then they've got 3 abilities as well: Ambushing Predators, Bounty Hunters, and Stealthy Hunters. After building these models, I really like the Kroot. I think they're awesome, and it would be so cool to have a small army of just Kroot. I don't know how that would work out. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think a Kroot army would be a good one to play? Next, there's the Navy Breachers, and these are going to have the keyword Agents of the Imperium. So this means they can slot into lots of different Imperial armies. So that's going to be really interesting to see how people will be playing that. Like the Kroot, you're going to be able to take advantage of some of their special weapons like the Power Axe. You've got the Chain Fist, the Demolition Charge, and those awesome shotguns. So that's really good. But they are agents of the Imperium, so there'll be some rules to take into account there. Points-wise, though, the unit of 10 models made up of the Navis Sergeant at Arms and 9 Navis Armsmen, they're only going to come in at 110 points. So pretty good on the point scale. Next up are the Blooded, and there's going to be 2 different data sheets for these. One is going to be for the Traitor Enforcer, that's going to be the 2 models, so including that Ogrin, and then you've also got the Traitor Guardsman. Let's have a look at the Traitor Enforcer first. So you can have 1 Traitor Enforcer, and then you've got the option to include up to 1 or no Traitor Ogrins. You get to include this awesome Power Fist on the Traitor Enforcer, but I've got to say, even with double the strength, making it strength 6, it's not that great. But I guess that -3 AP is going to help the damage get dealt. But I do like the Traitor Ogrin. You're going to be making 5 attacks with the Scavenge Maul, and then you're allowed to make 1 attack with the Mutant Claw, which is pretty cool. I always said when I got these that they would be really fun to make a 500 point 40k army with, so it's great to see the rules for these. Here we've got the Traitor Guardsman squad now, so these are going to be a unit of 10 models led by 1 Traitor Sergeant and then 9 Traitor Guardsmen. It's going to be 60 points altogether, then +5 if you want that Plasma Pistol, and another +5 for the Power Sword. There's not that many weapon options here though, but it is nice to see that the Cultist Sniper is allowed to be played, so that's really good. But as far as the others go, it's Lasgun, Las Pistol, Chainsword or Improvised Blade. So these are going to be your troop choice, and they keep that cultist keyword as well. And just going back quickly to the Traitor Enforcer, that's going to take up one of your elite slots. Now we've got the Elucidian Starstriders. These are going to take up HQ and some troop choices in your army. And they're also going to come with the Agents of the Imperium keyword. Let's have a look at the Cartographica Rogue Trader first. This unit is going to be made up of one Cartographica Rogue Trader, and then you've got the option of having none or one of each of the Death Cult Executioner, Lectromeister, love that name, and Rejuvenate Adept. Just looking at this, it kind of makes me think of a Gaunt Ghost type unit where you've got lots of different models in your unit that each have different weapons and different abilities, so maybe quite a lot to manage there, but still fun to make use of those models. I think these might be good in maybe a 500 point game. That could be quite interesting. That's certainly something I'm looking to do with Gaunt's Ghosts, make them more of a combat patrol and then build an army around them, so it's all about them and their individual abilities and weapons. Then you've got the troop choice. This is the Voidsman Arms. Now this is going to be one Voidmaster. You can take the Canid if you want to, so if you want the dog model in there, you can certainly add it, no problem. And then for Voidsman, you're allowed to have between 4 and 8 altogether. The Voidsman Arms are going to be 5 to 10 models then in the unit, and it's going to be 10 points per model, with the HQ unit being 60 points with an additional 15 points for the Death Cult Executioner, Lectromeister, and just 10 points for the Rejuvenate Adept. It tells us for every 5 models in the unit, one Voidsman model can take a Voidsman rotor cannon, so that's going to give you that heavy weapon option, and it's not bad on the stats, I suppose, for just 10 points. You're not paying any extra to include it, so that's good. But including the Canid, I think that would just be more for show. It's not going to do an awful lot, and it doesn't seem to be any abilities tied into it either, so that's a shame. Might have been cool to give a little ability for the Canid, but it is going to be making 3 attacks, but everything's going to be based off its main stat line. Now let's have a look at the Gellerpox Infected, and it says in the article, I'm just going to read this a little bit out. I love the first bit. These festering freak shows aren't agents of chaos, but follow similar rules for mortal forces sworn to the Plague God. You can include them in Death Guard and Nurgle Traitoris Astartes detachments without losing battlefield role slots or faction abilities. It also says that the new rules for the Marks of Chaos mean you'll be limited to core and character units in a Chaos Space Marine detachment that includes the Gellerpox, but as it says again, they're more comfortable in those small patrols anyway. They definitely look like a great set of models. I'm pretty tempted to get hold of these just to paint up. They look really awesome, and I'm sure they'd be fun to play in Kill Team, but I haven't got the annual yet, so I don't know about the rules for them specifically. But looking back at 40k for the Gellerpox Infected, they're going to be elite, and so are the Mutoid Vermin. And then for the Gellerpox Infected, you can take 3 Gellerpox Mutants and 4 Nightmare Hulks. For the Mutoid Vermin, you can have 16 of them all together. The Gellerpox Infected certainly gets some interesting weapons, belly flamer, brutal weapons, hideous mutations, and a frag grenade thrown in, as well as some abilities with great names, disease vectors, sickly resilience, and horrific visage. But not too much there that I think it would get confusing. You've got quite a few abilities to take into account if you play both units though. But as far as points go, Gellerpox Infected, 150 points for those 7 models, and the Mutoid Vermin, you're looking at 16 models at 80 points. And then you can see here you've got the disease vectors, just confirming that these units don't take up battlefield role slots in the detachment, and they're not going to prevent the other units from benefiting from the detachment abilities, for example, Let the Galaxy Burn. So there we go, just a quick overview of what's included in these free 40k rules. I'll put the link to the Warhammer community article in the description below, so it's really easy for you to find, click on and take a look, and then you can download and have a closer look, diving in to the specific rules for the kill team that you'd like to play in your 40k army. As always, let me know what you think about these new free rules and which kill team will you be taking into 40k. Thanks so much for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this one, and don't forget to hit that notification bell too to join me here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below.